All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Atlanta Falcons because, folks, they are over 500 for the first time in 5 seasons, which is, I can't believe that's a real statistic. Now, I know the offense does need to find its rhythm. The rush defense against Green Bay does need to improve, but nonetheless, it was week 1. It was week 1, and Atlanta got an impressive home victory where they sealed the deal in the fourth quarter, 24-10 against divisional rival in the Carolina Panthers. There is a lot to build off of. Yes, they're going to need better protection. They're going to need some more creative, versatile play calling, and we're going to need a little bit more of an explosive quarterback play, but it's week 1. It's literally week 1, and we saw plenty of why I've been saying on this channel, Atlanta is my NFC South winner. They are my division winner, and we're going to talk a little bit more about how they can improve some things offensively, defensively, and some things to look for in week 2 against my Green Bay Packers. So before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I do post a couple of Falcons videos every single week. Falcons fans, you guys are so supportive. Always show love on these videos. If we get it to 500 likes, that would mean the world to me. So let's get right into it. All right. It's week 1. And I've been saying it across this channel all week. In fact, heading into week 1, it takes time to click. All right. It takes offenses time to click, whether it is training camp, whether it's preseason and heading into the regular season. It just takes time, specifically the offensive line. The offensive line is the longest positional group in the National Football League to get clicking. But we need to remember that Desmond Ridder has played 5 career NFL games. 5 career NFL games. You know, he closed out the season for him last year, and then we had the season opener against Carolina. At the end of the day, he went 15-18, only 115 yards, but he threw a touchdown, 0 interceptions. Yes, there were a couple of what ifs or, that could have gone a different way, but they didn't. So at the end of the day, I liked it. They came alive in the fourth quarter especially and just sealed the deal. All right. And one thing that we knew heading into this season with Tyler Algier, who had probably the most slept on rookie season offensively, especially at the running back position last year across the entire league, and rookie Bijan Robinson, then we throw Cordell Patterson into the mix, Desmond Ridder. I mean, this is by far the best running back unit, the best running back room in the National Football League. And as we all know, a quarterback's best friend is a lethal running back room. And not only do they have Tyler Algier, but now you have versatile, dynamic, big-time playmaking threat in Bijan Robinson. 10 carries, 56 yards, averaging 5.6 yards per carry, and 6 catches for 27 yards, including that touchdown from Ridder. So Bijan Robinson, although, the stat line might not blow you away, it's something to build off. Tyler Algier, 15 carries, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 yards per carry. There's playmakers on this offense, and it's not just Tyler Algier, and it's not just Bijan Robinson. It's guys we didn't really see get going in that game against Carolina. Kyle Pitts, he did have 2 catches for 44 yards. By the way, Des Bryant wants him in Dallas. Yeah, I think Atlanta's all set with that. And then, Drake London, who also another one of these Falcons young players who had an extremely sneaky rookie season. He only saw 1 target, and he finished with 0 catches for obviously 0 yards. So some things to watch for in this upcoming game: play calling versatility. All right. Arthur Smith is one of the most, to me, offensively, he's the perfect head coach for Desmond Ridder. Perfect head coach for Desmond Ridder. I want an offensive guy if I have a young offensive rookie last year, right? I've got a young quarterback. I've got a young offense. I want a offensive guy to be my head coach. So last week was a little bit more conservative, right? That's going to change. We're going to see more play action. We're going to see more jet sweeps. We're going to see more wide receiver screens. We're going to see more running back screens, not only as the season goes on, but especially against the Green Bay Packers. And we'll talk about that game a little bit later on in the video. But like I said, the offense, and Ridder said this himself, the offense just needs to find its rhythm. And I think Green Bay they're a really tricky team because I think our defense is a lot better than people think. So, I mean, this is going to be a must-watch game. If you're a Falcons fan, you're going to be watching this game very, very closely. Defensively, outside of the rushing attack, where Carolina ran 32 times for 154 yards, I think defensively they did a phenomenal job. Obviously, we got to look at new addition at the safety position and Jesse Bates III. I mean, the dude had 2 interceptions in his debut. He had 2 interceptions, 10 total tackles, 5 of those solo, 2 pass deflections. Jesse Bates III is a star safety. He's still extremely young. He's 26 years old. He was extremely impressive with Cincinnati. When Cincinnati lost him, it was a huge blow. It just kind of is a sign to me. This defense, by the second half of the season, they're going to be going, man. Troy Anderson, new addition, Caden Ellis. We've got guys like Richie Grant and AJ Terrell who are still, they're just ready to break out this season. Bud Dupree, Calais Campbell. There's new faces on the defense. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time. But for the most part, I know it was Bryce Young's first ever NFL start, 20 of 38, only 146 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions for a QBR of 16.1. I think Atlanta did perfectly fine. And going up against another young quarterback who's only had 2 career starts in Jordan Love, Atlanta could 100% win this game. I'm curious who's the favored team, because I know Green Bay, we were not favored in that game against Chicago last week, and we just blew them out of the water. So some things to note for this upcoming game on Sunday. Like we mentioned, the run defense has to be better. One thing that is in Atlanta's favor is AJ Dillon had a horrible week last week. I mean, the dude kind of looked like a completely different player, in my opinion. It looks like he lost a step. I don't really know what's going on there. But their starting running back, or my starting running back, and Aaron Jones, he's banged up. He's nursing a hammy. He did return for that game against Chicago, but he's not 100%. So that's going to go a long way. We need to see some improvements rush defense-wise, because if Green Bay can control time of possession, if they can control their own trenches, get off to an early lead, it's going to make Atlanta's job a lot worse. It's going to make it a lot harder. In my opinion, whoever controls time of possession, whoever controls the line of scrimmage in this upcoming week, they're going to win this football game, all right? The linebackers for Atlanta, they need to be more efficient. They need to be smarter. They were hungry. They were coming in hot last week against Carolina, but we just didn't see that kind of production that I wanted to see. They were quick. They were quick to it, but we just didn't see, they just didn't execute at the level I want them to. And then obviously, finally, they need to throw more efficiently. You can run all day. Green Bay, it's a much better defense than people think, especially rush defense-wise. Last week wasn't perfect. They gave up a bunch of rushing yards to Justin Fields. They gave up a bunch of rushing yards to Khalil Herbert. Chicago, because they lost 38 to pretty much 14, they had to throw the ball. So if Atlanta can control time of possession and get off to an early lead, in my opinion, you got to put the ball on Jordan Love. Hey, Jordan Love, beat us with your arm. Get off to an early lead. Well, Atlanta could be smooth sailing and just win the football game. So you got to make throws. You're going to need more than 118, 115 passing yards to beat the Green Bay Packers this upcoming week. But it's week one. It's week one, and especially if we look across the league historically as well, teams start slow, offenses start slow. Last week, outside of like Dallas and Green Bay second half, offenses were and I guess San Francisco, offenses were extremely lackluster. So we're taking it with a grain of salt, but a win is a win, and nobody's complaining about that win against Carolina. So that's it for today, man. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you want more Falcons videos, let me know down below. But guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.